Do you want more success, more growth, more results? Then it's time for the Boundless Success Accelerator from the Modern Observer Group. This isn't your average coaching program. It's where top performers come to dominate. Weekly group sessions, on-demand coaching, a community that's got your back, and a power-packed library of tools to supercharge your business and career. No more excuses, no more waiting. Get in, level up, and start building the life you've been dreaming about. Visit us at modernobserver.com/boundlesssuccess to join today. Let's get you to the next level. We're here because the news is being distorted. We're here because people are being inundated with misinformation on social media. We're here because people are being judged guilty until proven innocent. We are fighting back with facts. This is not a safe zone, so buckle up, Buttercup. This is the raw, naked truth. Riots rage in Los Angeles. Trade talks between the U.S. and China. The return of the Dodge Hemi engine, and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lopkin, and here's the news you need to know. President Trump deployed 2,000 National Guard troops to Los Angeles on Saturday as protests against immigration and customs enforcement intensified across the city. Protests began Friday when hundreds rallied in downtown Los Angeles to protest ICE immigration raids at 3 city locations earlier that day. Demonstrations escalated Saturday as protesters set cars on fire and hurled rocks at Border Patrol agents, prompting the Trump administration to deploy the National Guard. The protests escalated Sunday following President Trump's deployment as demonstrators blocked the 101 freeway, set electric cars on fire, and rallied outside the Metropolitan Detention Center. LAPD declared multiple assemblies unlawful, using tear gas, rubber bullets, and flashbangs to disperse crowds. Dozens of arrests were made, and traffic was cleared from the freeway by 5 p.m. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth warned that up to 500 active-duty Marines from 29 Palms could be deployed if violence continues. The Guard deployment, made without the governor's request, drew objections from California officials and 23 Democratic governors. Citing a rebellion clause, Trump warned more troops could follow if unrest persists. Russia launched large-scale drone and missile attacks on Ukraine Friday, striking Kiev, Lutsk, and the Ternopil region, killing at least 3 people and injuring 49. The offensive lasted for several hours, involving a reported 407 Russian drones and 44 ballistic and cruise missiles. Ukrainian forces shot down 30 of the cruise missiles and up to 200 of the drones, officials confirmed. Russia's defense ministry said it used long-range precision weapons to strike Ukrainian military targets, including arms depots, drone factories, and repair facilities. The strikes followed a warning from Russian President Vladimir Putin, relayed through President Trump, that Russia would retaliate after Ukrainian drones destroyed strategic bombers deep inside Russian territory last week. Iran has ordered thousands of tons of ballistic missile fuel from China, signaling a major effort to rebuild its arsenal as it engages in tense nuclear talks with the U.S. The shipments are expected to arrive in the coming months and could power hundreds of missiles, some of which may be supplied to allied militias like the Houthis in Yemen. Meanwhile, documents found by Israeli forces in Gaza reveal Qatar and Hamas worked together to sabotage Trump's peace plan and Arab normalization with Israel during Trump's first term, according to Israeli media reports. In a 2019 emergency meeting, Hamas leader Khalid Mashal told Qatar's emir they needed to cooperate in order to resist the deal of the century and thwart it, while at a second meeting, then Hamas chief Ismaili Haniyeh reportedly declared that Qatari grants are Hamas's main artery. Trade talks between the U.S. and China begin in London today. American trade officials will press their Chinese counterparts to ease export controls on rare earth minerals and the magnets containing them. For its part, China wants the U.S. to lift recent restrictions on its ability to buy jet engines and other technology products. U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent will lead the American side. The negotiations aim to build on the progress made between the two countries in Geneva in May, when they agreed to a 90-day pause on some of the aggressive tariffs they had imposed on each other this year. The talks are expected to run through Friday. The U.S. Supreme Court on Friday ruled the Department of Government Efficiency could access Social Security systems with sensitive information. The ruling blocked a lower Maryland court order that kept Dodge from seeking certain Social Security information due to federal privacy laws. The data from the U.S. Social Security Administration include Social Security numbers, medical information, citizenship records, school records, and tax returns from millions of Americans. We conclude that under the present circumstances, SSA may proceed to afford members of the SSA Dodge team access to the agency records in question in order for those members to do their work, the court said in an unsigned order. The 6 conservative justices voted for the ruling, and the 3 liberal justices, Ketanji Brown Jackson, Elena Kagan, and Sonia Sotomayor, dissented. President Trump signed an executive order Friday updating problematic elements of 2 cybersecurity orders signed by Presidents Obama and Biden, looking to refocus government efforts towards identifying and managing vulnerabilities rather than censorship. The order indicates that only foreign persons can be sanctioned for cyber attacks on critical infrastructure, rolling back prior provisions that allowed for sanctioning domestic cyber criminals as well. Trump also issued another executive order reversing the 52-year-old ban on supersonic flights in an attempt to unblock the development of commercial supersonic travel. In a third order, Trump sought to boost drone security in light of growing concerns and to increase domestic innovation in the drone industry. The U.S. economy added 139,000 jobs in May, surpassing expectations, while the unemployment rate remained unchanged at 4.2% for the 3rd consecutive month, according to the latest jobs report. Healthcare led May's job growth with 62,000 new positions, followed by hospitality, which added 48,000 jobs, reflecting continued strength in service-related sectors. Average hourly earnings also rose 15 cents to $36.24, pushing the annual wage growth rate from 3.8% to 3.9%. Economists expect the Fed to hold interest rates steady, citing concerns over tariff-driven inflation despite strong job growth, steady unemployment, and continued economic resilience. Stellantis, the parent company of Dodge, said Thursday it is resurrecting its popular V8 Hemi engine for its Ram 1500 full-size pickup trucks beginning this summer. The company discontinued the 5.7-liter engine amid tightening fuel economy regulations and a company-wide push towards electric vehicles and more efficient engines last year under ex-Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares. Ram CEO Tim Kuniskis, who came out of retirement from the automaker late last year, admitted the decision to cancel the Hemi engine for its popular consumer-focused Ram 1500 was a mistake. Everyone makes mistakes, but how you handle them defines you. Ram screwed up when we dropped the Hemi. We own it and we fixed it, Kuniskis said in a press release. We're not just bringing back a legendary V8 engine. We're igniting an assertive product plan and expanding the freedom of choice in powertrain for our customers. The announcement marked the latest reversal in automakers' plans this year, as EV adoption has been slower than expected and as the Trump administration has sought to unwind many of former President Joe Biden's initiatives to push the auto industry away from gas-powered internal combustion engines. That's the Raw Naked Truth. You can catch every episode of the Raw Naked Truth Daily News Brief, as well as our sister podcast, Carnivore Radio, with news analysis and commentary, and the rest of the Xvadio Podcast Network at xvadio.com, the Apple Podcast app, YouTube, Rumble, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible, Amazon Music, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.